bringing local ingredients into the kitchen. Lincolnshire Co-op sponsors the Lincolnshire Kitchen.
Welcome back to the Lincolnshire Kitchen Christmas Special, and I'm going to be preparing the Christmas dinner using some of the fabulous local ingredients I collected earlier. So first of all, I'm going to show you how to do a really delicious stuffing for the turkey, but I'm also going to use it to stuff some onions. So I'm just going to flatten off the bottom of these onions. Now these onions have been peeled and parboiled in a little tiny bit of salted water for about 10 minutes. So they're partly cooked. Now I'm just going to take a hat off the top like that, and I'm going to use a small knife just to take out the centre of the onion, and that's where we shall be putting the stuffing. Now to do the stuffing, we've got some breadcrumbs and we've got shallots, we've got Lincolnshire sausage meat, we've got apple, and in here we've got a little tiny bit of garlic. Well, you don't have to add the garlic if you don't want to. Some dried figs that have been chopped up, and something that no Christmas is complete without, but sage, and also an egg to bind it all together. The shallot is already cut up, so I'm going to melt my oil and butter. Now there seems quite a lot of butter, but this will be good because it will keep the stuffing nice and moist. You don't actually want to brown them, you just want to soften them, so it's really sweating them in the oil. So here we go, it's beginning to sizzle a little bit. I'm going to now add my shallots. Now I have actually diced them quite finely because they want to be mixed in with the stuffing. So we've got our shallots cooked. I'm going to add the garlic. So let those cool off slightly, and we're going to mix in our dry ingredients. So we've got some fresh breadcrumbs, and I'm going to tip in all my other ingredients. So I've got my apple, I've got the fig, which is for the sweetness. I'm also going to put in a good squeeze of lemon juice. It just again counteracts the sweetness of the figs. I'm going to also put in lots and lots of parsley. Now, one thing we British aren't very good at is using a lot of herbs, and you really need lots of nice parsley, and A, it gives it colour, and B, it just gives it a great flavour. Here's my shallots and my garlic, and you'll now see why I put in what seemed rather a lot of oil, rapeseed oil and butter. But you do need to have a nice moist stuffing. So I'm also going to put in some salt, so we'll mix all this in. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to chop lots of sage up, and I'm going to add the sausage meat and the egg. Start stuffing the turkey. Now I'm going to take my turkey, and this is the neck end here. We've washed it all out, and we're going to stuff the neck end with some of the stuffing. And you can see the stuffing's the right consistency because it's holding together and not actually going into pieces, and it's not too wet either. I'm not going to add any more stuffing to it because I never do. Because basically what happens is if you overstuff the turkey, by the time you actually get the necessary core temperature of cooking in the centre of the stuffing, you've massively overcooked the breast, and that's why a lot of people have a dry turkey breast. So I'm going to put the lemon in, and I'm also going to put in the ends of the sage as well. I don't want to waste those. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get some oil out of my drawer here. I'm going to put a little bit of oil on here. And for me, I'm actually going to cook my turkey upside down. It'll flatten the breast a little bit, but it sure keeps it nice and moist. And particularly with a bird like this that has been slowly reared, it will have a layer of fat on it, and as you cook it upside down, the fat will be on the bottom, and it will actually drip through the carcass and keep the breast nice and moist. Well, in 30 minutes before the end, I shall turn it the other way up and crisp the skin up nicely. So in goes the turkey. Little tiny bit more oil on it. You could use butter if you wanted, but I'm just trying to keep a few of those calories off my midriff. Now, rapeseed oil is incredibly good for you. It's half the cholesterol of olive oil, and we produce it in this county. So what better reason for using it? So for a turkey this size, this will probably take about 2 hours. What I'm going to do now is cover this with foil, pop it in the oven, and stuff the onions with the stuffing. So I'm just going to give them a little brush with a little bit of butter, or it could be oil if you wanted. There's no way I'm going to waste the rest of this stuffing, but what I'm going to do is put it into a bowl and cook it separately. I'm going to drizzle a little bit of melted butter on top, and we can put that in the oven with the turkey. So Brussels sprouts for Christmas, you either love them or you hate them, but I'm going to show you 2 really simple, quick and easy recipes. Now, first and foremost, the one thing I never do with the Brussels sprout is put a crust in it. And I know my mum and my grandma and quite a lot of other people will do, but I like my Brussels sprouts quite crunchy and I like them staying together. So the first recipe I'm going to do is quite a traditional one. It's with the pancetta bacon and the chestnuts. I've already cooked my sprouts, and as you can see, they're really, really nice and green. You can do this actually in the morning. So what I do is I put them into boiling salted water, and I cook them to however you want them. And then I drain them and plunge them into icy cold water, and you retain that really lovely greenness. So what we'll do is we'll go across the cooker now, and I'll show you quickly how to finish this dish off. Right, well, I'm going to put my pan on first. A little tiny bit of rapeseed oil. Get the pan nice and hot. Fry some of the bacon. Now the bacon, the fat in this will melt down and will add lots of nice flavour. Right, now I'm going to add the chestnuts. These are ready peeled chestnuts that you can buy vacuum packed. And now we've got some nice bits of colour on the bottom there. We're going to add the sprouts. And probably add a small noggin of butter and some black pepper. So in goes some pepper. And you just move the sprouts around the pan. We don't want to brown them, we just want to just warm them up really. And they're ready for dinner. Right, now for the next dish. I've taken the Brussels sprouts, I've treated them exactly like I showed you earlier, but I've cut them in half this time. Take a little tiny bit of oil, a bit of the rapeseed oil, and I'm going to coat the sprouts first and foremost in the oil. I'm actually going to put in some caraway seeds and also some sea salt as well. A bit more oil, make sure they're well coated because otherwise they'll dry out. That is literally all you do with these, and you pop them straight into the oven. Probably about 25-30 minutes, and you need to keep giving them a bit of a stir. There we go, now it's time to serve up our delicious Lincolnshire Christmas dinner. time to take the turkey in to my friends and family.
The turkey! Happy Christmas, everybody! That's all right.
Well, that's all for today. Wishing you a very Merry Christmas. And don't forget, you can find out more about ideas for hampers and today's dishes on our website. I'll see you next time in the Lincolnshire kitchen, when I'll be showing how to use up Christmas leftovers, if there is any with this lot.
Merry Christmas, everybody!
Lincolnshire Co-op sponsors the Lincolnshire Kitchen.